Tonight, Governor Gavin Newsom is making national headlines after ordering state agencies to start clearing homeless encampments. This sweeping executive order follows a Supreme Court ruling that allows cities to enforce bans on homeless camps in public spaces. CBS 8's Richard Allen joins us now with more on how the governor's order will impact us locally. Richard?
And Marcella, while this order specifically directs state agencies to take steps to remove these encampments, it provides guidance for cities and counties to do the same. Some local leaders, though working to deal with the homeless crisis, have questions as to how effective this order will be.
Thing to say that encampments are not allowed and are outlawed. It's another thing to then realize, okay, well, where are these individuals going to go?
Deacon Jim Vargas of Father Joe's Villages sees this as a call to action for the community. But in the face of a lack of shelter beds and other critical services, Vargas believes the order itself is not realistic.
The order, in the absence of concrete ways of making changes here, in my mind, is not helpful and it's not productive, right?
In a statement, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria said that, quote, "I'm hopeful his announcement today is really a directive to smaller cities, not big cities up and down the state who I think are working in good faith to expand shelter capacity, but really those small and mid-sized cities in our county that do none of this work." One local city that has been working on addressing its homeless problem is Escondido, which passed an ordinance regulating homeless encampments a few days before the Supreme Court issued its ruling.
His executive order looks quite similar to what we did.
Dane White is mayor of Escondido. He questions the effectiveness of Governor Newsom's order.
Personally, I believe this is just more of the smoke and mirrors, making it appear like he's actually doing something.
White points out that this order, as well as the court's ruling, helps to prioritize cleaning out homeless encampments in areas like parks, schools, and parking lots for local businesses.
It allows us to prioritize those spaces because in reality, we don't have the capacity to just proactively enforce an encampment ban. But ultimately for us, the next steps are providing adequate shelter space.
Well, the governor's order calls on state officials and local leaders to act with urgency. It also cautions them to remove these camps humanely. Deacon Jim Vargas underscores the need for humanity in this.
We like to say that we're a world-class city, and I believe that we are, right? But the reason we prove that primarily and especially is by showing that we take care of the most vulnerable here within our community.
And keep in mind, while the governor technically cannot order cities and counties to follow his executive order, he could potentially apply pressure by withholding state funding. Back in 2022, for example, he threatened to withhold $1 billion in homelessness spending from local governments over the lack of progress. Marcella?